Cool. Todd, I love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite parts of the day, actually, each month when we get to do our coaching call. You were on fire, brother. That was fantastic.
It's what I love to do, right? I love to pour into the community, and I'm so passionate right now about the things that we're doing here and the opportunities that we have in this market where other people are, kind of hangdog. I love that Mike said that he wants to be a beacon of light for those that he's working with and his clients and his referral partners. And I thought, you know what, what a great way to say it. I think we all have an opportunity to spread the joy and love that we feel. And for me, I get that when I'm coaching. And so the fact that you and I get to do that twice a month with our HOA.com members is just a huge gift.
Oh, it was awesome. And welcome for those of you who are just coming in the room. We're just going to chit chat for a second or two, and then we'll get started here in just a moment. If you're looking for the lead gen hacks for mortgage pros, you're in the right place. We're going to talk all about how to grow your mortgage business. Todd Bookspan and I were just on doing our weekly or twice a month coaching call. I'm not sure the right way to say that, but we do a mortgage coaching call twice a month. And we're going to make sure that call was so powerful. We're going to make sure and follow up and give you access to it because Todd was really talking about his $100 million challenge. And Todd, while we're just waiting for some people to come in the room, do you want to talk about the $100 million challenge real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's got two names. I called it for my team the $100 million challenge because I believe that my team doing the things that I'm coaching in that program will create $100 million worth of closed loans over the next 6 months. And I called it in the community the 100K challenge. And so it's just a free coaching group that I did. You can just go to email winning@winbynoon.com. We closed off registration, but if you email there and just say, hey, Todd said to email, they'll let you in. My team will let you in. But I believe that I think there's huge opportunity in this market if we just pick up the phone and dial. And so I've really there's 3 calls that are recorded in the portal that you would get access to. And I just believe that there's a huge opportunity right now to add value to people who have questions and concerns about the market. B, help them figure out where they're at in this market from a financial perspective, and then really think about, we're going to talk a lot about referrals and who's in your world, and really how else can you help them with other people that you know in your sphere. And so far the results, at least for I'm in the lab, I committed to make calls myself, and I've already got future loans lined up as a result. So it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. And we're going to drop so many golden nuggets for you guys. You're going to absolutely enjoy what we are teaching here today, and you're going to be able to take it and immediately apply it. And that's one of the things that we want to talk about is the action that you're taking. And so the first action I want you to take is in the chat, go ahead and put what mortgage company you're in, and then also the city and state that you live in, just so we can see kind of who's in the room and who's coming and enjoying. Todd always likes to see what different cities we've got represented, and it's always just fun to give everybody a little shout out. So go ahead and drop that in the chat if you will. And Todd, I imagine you're probably seeing some friendly names here.
I am. I'm seeing some people I know very, very well, and that I've spent a lot of time on Zoom with. So it's good to see you here.
All right. Well, welcome, Ray in Pullman, Washington. Look at that. The Palouse in the house. How about that? Mara with Revolution in Philly. Uh-oh. Todd's a huge Philadelphia
Go Birds.
fan. Go Birds. There you go. Melissa, First Florida Home Mortgage. Welcome. Ray's with Guild. Adams with Activate Mortgage Solutions. Love that. Aaron with America One. Joel Cross Country. Cool. We're going to talk about cross country. Dan's with Nexa. We're a big fan of Nexa as well. And then Greg Hall with Caliber. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love it. All right, Todd, anything you want to say before we get this kicked off?
We've got a lot of uniforms here today, so it doesn't matter what's here on your chest, what brand that is you're part of. This is an opportunity, I think, for us all to learn together. And so that's, again, I love the fact that we get to run through this and help you all in a market where I think, for better or worse, a little an idea or two that you get today that you can put into action is a good thing.
Absolutely. And I want to acknowledge everybody for taking the time to work on your business. We're going to give you some action steps to work in your business, but for the next 45 minutes to an hour, this is all about really growing your skill set and taking it to the next level. So we're going to talk about lead gen hacks for mortgage lenders. And this is really going to impact you if you want to be known as the #1 top trusted mortgage expert in your market. You're going to learn a lot about that. And we're going to talk a lot about realtor referrals. As you know, that's been a #1 source of a lot of mortgage lenders' business. So we're going to do a deep dive and share with you some strategies you can put in place today to start attracting more loans and more referral partners. Just a quick overview about who we are. For those of you who don't know, you probably know Todd more than me, and that's cool. My name is Brandon Barnum. I'm the CEO of HOA.com. And for the 12 years, from 1997 to 2009, I was a loan officer like you. I got started, I was a single dad. In my 20s, I got custody of my 2-year-old son. I was making $20,000 a year before I got into the mortgage business. But fortunately, I got into the business at a great time. I had somebody mentor me in the art and science of what we now call raving referrals, and was able to 10x my income from $20,000 a year to $200,000 a year in 18 months using a lot of the strategies that we're going to teach you today. So since then, in 2009, I got out of the business. The last time we kind of went through an economic experience like this, I said, you know what? I love the mortgage business, but I really want to take what I've learned and impact as many people as possible. So for the last 13 years, I've been building technology platforms focused on referral partnerships. We're going to talk about partnerships today as well as we get into the training. But I ended up going on to build the world's largest referral network, which was Refer.com. We had over 5 million members, including 250,000 realtors. We exited that business in 2019 and shortly thereafter started the HomeownerAlliance.com, which ended up becoming HOA.com. I've authored the book Raving Referrals. Todd and I are about to publish the book Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros. And Todd, I'm so grateful to have you here, to have you with us at HOA.com, and to be writing this book with you. Todd?
You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And I think a lot of you know me, but for those who don't know, I'm creator of Win by Noon, 20 plus years in the mortgage space. I still lead a team, although I don't originate. My team has closed over $1 billion worth of loans. I'm super excited once we cross that line. A lot of you know me from the Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind community that I co-founded with Dave Savage. He also co-founded the Modern Mortgage Summit, which has been a lot of fun the last few years, been the #1 attended mortgage event. And I'm just a huge fan of HOA.com. I've been in the lab alongside of our members, working with my team and realtors to get them going through really through the ideas that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. So let's keep rolling, Brandon.
All right. And quick shout out to Todd for inviting me to the U2 opening night of the Sphere in Las Vegas last Friday. And with Dave Savage, that was amazing. And again, just shout out to you. Thank you, dude, for.
Well, yeah, if any of you are thinking about going, go. I bought tickets again. My wife was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. We're going back on that closing night, December 16th. So I know it was going December 16th. Reach out. I'd love to connect. The only thing better than enjoying great music is enjoying it with great friends.
Oh, man, that was a blast, a night that I will never forget. So thanks for that. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the training itself. What we're just a quick, shameless plug, not really shameless, but overview of HOA.com, just so you understand kind of what we're building. You probably heard HOA and thought, is this for homeowners associations? Well, we are on a mission to revolutionize HOAs because most people don't love their homeowner association. And did you know 53% of all homeowners in the US live in an HOA? Well, we're on a mission to transform that whole experience and industry so people actually love their HOA. But from the technology platform perspective, what we're building is like Nextdoor, meets Angie's List, meets Zillow. Nextdoor, because we're creating online community pages and portals for every neighborhood in America, whether it's an HOA or not. And then Angie's List, because we are enrolling and attracting top rated professionals, the best in their class, in their industry, to be the local trusted professional that those homeowners can trust. And then we remarket and retarget those pros to the homeowners so they know who they can turn to for anything related to their home. And then Zillow, and you're going to see this, we've got a home safe report that's kind of like a HomeBot or My Home IQ, and it's all about helping people understand the value of their home and have access to real estate tools. So there's the quick overview of HOA.com, just so that you know kind of what we do and what we're building. But the rest of this is really about you. So quick question, and love to, I've got a poll here. Let me get that up. And I want to ask you, what's your number one source of new clients? When you think about your business, what's working best for you? Are you getting your clients through advertising? And just go ahead and choose one of those options on your screen. We'll keep that open for about 10 seconds. So go ahead and answer that. Are you buying leads? Is it social media that's driving your business? Are you getting referrals from past clients or referrals from referral partners? What's working best? Todd, anything you want to add?
You know, I'm always fascinated by this because I can never know what's heading our way, but it's super helpful if you can just take a minute and fill it out, because then we kind of know how to cater the rest of the conversation.
Well, let me show you what they said, Todd.
I love that. I would say that, number one, I'm super glad that people aren't buying leads. I think that there's a couple of opportunities here. Social media, a little bit of an opportunity. My friend Deborah Bird would shoot me if I didn't say that. Right. And but I feel like the referrals from past clients is our big opportunity right now in this market. So that's awesome. Love seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to talk about referral partnerships. You guys are going to hear about that. But I think that is so true. And that's really what has worked for us, Todd. I'm including you in that conversation. So we find that to be true all the time. So when you think about your referral partner, since that's what everybody said was the number one source of new clients, what do you think their number one need is? If you put yourself in the shoes of your referral partners, what are they looking for, especially realtors and pros who serve homeowners? You guys can drop that in chat real quick if you want. We want to make this as interactive as possible. So what do you think their number one need is if you put yourself in the shoes of a realtor or any other home service professional? Okay, not getting a ton of engagement, so we'll go ahead.
Come on, people. I would say this. I feel like I'm in the witness protection program. I'm sorry, my normal light I use from my home office is I'm missing the adapter. It's got disappeared somewhere between my office and home yesterday. And my daughter's getting married this weekend. So I'm working from home today and heading out to California tomorrow.
Oh, well, we just appreciate you being here and sharing your brilliance with us, Todd. But the answer is clients, right? If you think about most of the realtors that you're reliant on for more business, they're looking for more clients themselves. They're going through the same financial experience that many of you are. And so part of our training today is about helping other professionals attract more clients, because we've surveyed thousands of pros, and 90% say their number one biggest business challenge is attracting more clients. Todd, you've found that to be true as well, haven't you?
I have, but I'm muting myself because I'm about to sneeze, so I'll let you talk first.
Okay, God bless you in advance. I totally get that. I was a sneeze machine yesterday, so there we go. And so why is it that people need help and need more clients? Well, the reality is a lot of people don't promote themselves consistently, right? When we talk about home service professionals, painters, plumbers, they come and they do work at your house, and then they go in ghost mode, kind of like Todd with his light that he's dealing with right now. But exactly. They go in ghost mode, meaning that you never hear from them again. And if you're not promoting yourself to your past clients, how are you going to get more new clients or more referrals? You're always out there on the hunt for new business. A lot of people don't follow up with their clients, as I just mentioned, and a lot of people are afraid to ask for referrals. Now, we teach the art of the ask in our raving referral system, and it's so important. And Todd, this is one of the things that you were just talking about on our coaching call, is integrating that ask into your conversations with past clients. You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just think it's one of those pieces that I transparently really stunk at when I was doing loans. Was I always felt kind of awkward or cheesy asking for someone like, who do you know is thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing a home, or who do you know is thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? And the problem with that, it's such a broad question. We're giving people, one is I was embarrassed to ask it, but if I did ask it, we're giving them a really broad ask. And so, my recommendation there is narrow it down. And as I'm in the lab and making these calls about the 100K challenge that we talked about a little bit earlier, when I'm making those calls, I'm looking for two opportunities. One is, who can I refer to them, right? Because I'm all about this whole idea of sharing my network. And then number two is asking them for referrals, but I'm asking with specificity, right? So I'm asking, so on one of my calls, he mentioned that his group was laid off. Some of them got hired back, but they're getting laid off in December. Once they finish up what it was they did, the company didn't realize that when they laid them off, there was no one to actually finish their job. So they had to keep them, at least a few of them. And so he's got a little credit card debt, and he had to buy a couple new cars. And so I asked him, I said, hey, who do you know that, like you, might be feeling the stress of having a little bit of credit card debt? So I narrowed the ask so that he could think about it. Now his reticular activator is going to be up, and he's going to hear someone talking about their credit card debt, and that's going to be an opportunity for him to refer. I gave him a specific task based on listening to him in our conversation.
I love that. And you're also looking for opportunities to give business to other referral partners. And that's one of the things that we found is a lot of people don't build referral partnerships. And, I think everybody here knows that referrals work. You guys all answered this. So a quick stats, and then we'll move on. But 90% of people say they trust recommendations from people that they know. And did you know that people are 400% more likely to use your services or to hire you when you become referred to them? And that's because they trust you. So overall, referrals work. That's really what we set out to build at HOA.com. We started as the Homeowner Alliance, and we set out to create essentially like the power team for BNI, if you will, for professionals who serve homeowners. So we're on a mission to create the #1 referral network for professionals who serve homeowners, because that just hasn't existed up until this point. So when you think about the people that you're building your business with, who's in your business alliance? Who are the people that are serving homeowners each and every day that you're partnering with and really creating a strong referral alliance with, so that a client for one is a client for all? And we've got a free gift for you. You can go to HOA.com/blueprint, and you can download our free referral partner blueprint. This walks you through exactly what to say, who to reach out to, and you're going to get kind of the cliff notes of today's training. So I recommend that you do that. I'm sure Spencer just dropped that into the chat. But we want to do a quick poll, because over 2/3, I think, said that referral partnerships are your #1 source of new clients, right? So how many realtor partnerships specifically do you currently have? Let me drop this poll in just one point, which is the active referral partnerships means that they've sent you at least one referral every 90 days. Okay, so I'm going to launch this poll here. So go ahead and click on one of those buttons. How many active referral partners do you have right now that you're following up with and building your business with? Todd, anything you want to add here?
That was just really bizarre. I got some crazy alert on my phone, but sorry, maybe you're all getting, it's a national test of some kind. I happen to have two phones, so they're both going off. But
it's the emergency broadcast alert that's scheduled for the next 30 minutes. So everybody on this call is going to hear the same thing.
That's awesome. Congratulations, y'all. Your phone's working if you get it. And then if you're lucky enough to have two phones like me, I think this is really interesting. And again, just a kind of a coaching tip. What I did was I had my team go through, we downloaded all of the transactions since 2020, all the leads that were referred, all the applicants, and then the closed loans to see what was the pull through by realtor. And then gave them a list of who their realtors were, just to print out and sit on their desk, so that they actually had a visual of who to call. They're supposed to be tracking in the CRM. I find people don't, so I just made them a simple spreadsheet. And so if you didn't know your numbers off the top of your head, that could be why. But look at those numbers, Brandon. We got a bunch of rock stars on this call.
I love it. I love it. You guys are A students. And the reason we share that, first of all, nobody got 0, which is awesome. And we have a few that are 1 to 2 and 3 to 5, and that's okay. Let me show you the results that when we've done this on a nationwide basis, this is what we see. Now, you guys are ahead of the masses. But overall, and this goes beyond the mortgage industry, right? So you guys get this more than most, but overall, 79% of professionals that we surveyed said they have 0 to 2 referral partners. 32% said they have no referral partners sending them business on a regular basis. They're like a lone wolf out there all alone. 47% said 1 to 2. So when you add those two, that's 79%. It's kind of the 80-20 rule. Now, here's what we know is that in this poll that we did nationwide, 2% had 10 plus. So you guys are crushing it. Congratulations. That's awesome. And when we dug deeper with that 2%, what we found is on average, they were earning over $250,000 a year. So that's really where we want every single one of you to be. And you've already said that's where most of your business is coming from. So the good news is we got a great way for you to create more referral partnerships. So we're going to talk a lot about that. But first, let's talk about money and how much you earn. And New York Times did a study recently, and they said on average, loan officers earn $4,350 per loan closed, which means just 4 deals a month, you're earning over $200,000 a year. Todd, is that consistent with what you found?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Some of you are thinking, oh, I'm in a lower market, smaller loan amounts, and it's slightly less. And some of you might be, on the coast where the loans are really big. But that's the average. That's a real number. And, when you see that, think, gosh, 4 a month, that's doable, even in this market.
Absolutely. And when you look about how valuable a realtor is specifically to your business, even if they're just sending you 1 loan a quarter, that's over $17,000 per partnership coming into your business. Todd, I know you've had some partnerships that have generated a lot more than 1 loan a quarter, but as you're coaching and teaching loan officers nationwide, what are you finding as far as the average volume that they're getting in referrals?
It's just down right now, right? I was talking to a buddy of mine who's in the DC area, and he said that he finally has agents admitting to him that their business isn't good. He already knew it because he's been watching their sales and their numbers. And so it's really a numbers game right now. The number of partners needs to be bigger now more than ever. And that's why we're here to teach you what we're here to teach today. We got to extend the width of the funnel that we're using to get transactions from. Because the days where you could have 10 referral partners and that's all you had to have, and you could, live a great life and have a great business. I think this market's not for that. And so that's why I'm excited you're all here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you can have a very valuable relationship. And, Todd, you know that better than anybody, because as you were building your mortgage business, not only did you build relationships with realtors, which I know was the key to your success, but you had some other partners as well that generated a lot of loans for you, haven't you?
Well, absolutely. We always, you had a slide earlier where you showed us in the center, right? As loan officers, right? We call ourselves the captain of the wealth team. And as you look at this list, right? Not just realtors, financial advisors, CPA, insurance agents, divorce attorneys, home builders, home service professionals. These are all people. And I think that the ones that we miss is the home service professional. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then the last one is my favorite, property managers. I don't know that you connected the dots, Brandon, but you did meet my property manager friend that I tell the story about for the last, on these calls about my property manager friend, Scott Gibson, who right when I got in the mortgage business, he bought a property management company, and the first home that I purchased, that I financed, was the first house that he sold. And I had great referral relationship with him. He had investors. I was an investor. I understood numbers. I used a mortgage coach and did a TCA, and I was able to help them understand looking at it a little bit differently. And it was a huge benefit for me, because if you got in the business when I did in 2001, right, we had 20-year runner rates going down. And so I had that first full year in 2002 of doing business, I refinanced 24 properties for one client, almost 10 for another client, that all came from his referrals. And so we don't always think about the fact that a property manager, guess what? They actually manage a bunch of properties that actually have 2 people. The first one that he referred to me was not an investor. It was a first-time home buyer who was a renter who became a home buyer. And then he referred me the investors who own the homes to work with them as well. So think about the opportunities on this list, maybe through a different lens, because we all think about financial advisors, CPAs, insurance agents, divorce attorneys. But I would say that those bottom 2 are the potentially a good opportunity for you.
I think property managers are a fantastic fit, and one that's typically underutilized and not really looked at by loan officers as much. And so that's one of the things that we want to just really hone your focus on and help you see a better way to attract them. So when you think about your referral partners, there's really three different categories or classes of people that you want to be looking at and identifying. Number one, that people that you are already referring clients to. If you're sending people business, the question is, are they sending business back to you? And if they're not, you need a partner that is reciprocating, that is sending clients to you on a regular basis. And if you don't have one, find one. And we're going to show you how. Number two, people who already refer clients to you. If they're already sending clients to you, how can we double? How can we triple the number of referrals coming your way? And then number three, and this is the one that often gets underutilized, who do you already know, like, and trust, but you've never formalized a referral partnership with? Maybe people that you went to college with and now they're in a home service space, or relatives, friends, family members, people you go to church with, and you've had a relationship with them. They know you're in the business, but you've never gone to them and said, you know what? I'm serving homeowners, you serve homeowners. I'd like to sit down with you and discuss a way that we can create more business together. And that's that referral partner blueprint. So think about that as you're going through your days. And one of the things that we're passionate about is helping you win more referrals in really 4 different ways. We kind of talked about the coaching. We're going to go into communities. Co-marketing is huge, and whether you choose to join HOA.com as a member of our referral network or not, you should be doing co-marketing with your partners, and then the concierge service. So let's unpack that. Number one, at HOA.com, we provide coaching and training. Not only do we provide the Raving Referrals book, which you see there on screen, Todd and I are just finishing up Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros, so that'll be coming out this quarter. And we also give you a virtual course. You get access to that if you decide to become an HOA.com member. And we do weekly biz growth coaching for not for everyone but the mortgage business, essentially. And for the mortgage business, Todd and I do the first and third Wednesday of every month, we do our Win by Noon mortgage coaching. And Todd, you were on fire today, and it was so good to hear from people that are, taking to heart what you're teaching and actually practicing it. That's one of my favorite times of the month, isn't it for you too?
It is. I mean, the fact that I don't coach full time anymore, anytime I get the opportunity to share, especially what's working. And as I mentioned, I'm in the lab alongside of our HOA.com members, and I'm in the lab making these calls, because the best way for me to tell someone what to do is to actually do it and get the experience that they're going to experience as well. That's a lot of experiences in one sentence.
I already mentioned this, the Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros coming out. Well, that's the coaching side. Really what we're passionate about is connecting communities. And this goes beyond just winning business. And it's really about creating the America that we're proud to live in. We believe that people want to belong again. Over the last few years, people feel more disconnected than ever. So we're on a mission to reunite and reconnect people, including neighbors in their own neighborhood. I love the quote, there's no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. And one of the concepts that we really think that you should take a look at and integrate is localizing your marketing down to the community level. Most people just think buckshot, right? They want a shotgun approach and put out a message that matches to everyone, which is cool, but it's really about hyper local social farming. And Todd, I know that you've been doing this in some of the communities and some of the referral partnerships that you've been working with. You want to share some of that?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. And so last December, I opened my mouth on a phone call and said, I'm going to call 100 realtors and you can all watch me do it. So I jumped on to Zoom in a Zoom meeting format. And I said, I'm going to call 100 realtors on this upcoming Monday. And I had to do it, right? And I had almost 100 loan officers jumping on the first call. I actually, not only did I say I would do it once, I did it 3 times. And my goal was, I set a standard for myself. It's a word I really believe in. I said, I'm going to call 100. And then my goal was to actually talk to 50, have 50 conversations. And I believed I was going to be talking about HOA.com to everyone. And what I found real quick, because I'm not one to go the easy route. I'm one who wants to challenge myself. And what I found out real quick was that if I called the people who I thought were a challenge and would say no, then that's why I thought I'd call everyone. But it's hard to say because it's unbelievable. But even since then, it's been the same, is that 100% of the people that I've talked to about HOA.com have said yes. It would be more believable. It's kind of like, you don't believe all the 5-star reviews, but if they've got a couple of 4-star reviews, you're like, oh, okay, they're real humans. But so far I'm still batting 1,000. And so I had to stop talking about it. But one of the people I called is a local Keller Williams franchise owner. He's owner in 4 or 5 franchises, has best friends as mortgage guy. And I figured he was for sure a no, but I also know he's a hyper local social farmer. And not only did he say yes, I've had 3 meetings with him and his team. We started off with one community, which was the one community, because I asked the question, is there a community that you feel like you could have better penetration in? And he said, oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to help him become the pro that everyone looks to, the community connector. And now we're going to go after 6 communities with 6 agents on his team. And he's someone who I felt was untouchable. But the fact that I helped him further what he already believes in has opened up not just one real estate relationship, but 6 for me and my team as we grow that. And so it's really this whole idea of taking the time to figure out what's important to them. Agents who either have farmed, failed because they didn't have a good system, right? This is a platform for building relationships and community. People who are farming and having success, but maybe they could have a little better success. And those who've always wanted to farm. And so really what it was a conversation for me with all those types of real estate agents. And it did take me 110 calls the first day. I ended up talking to 51 agents. And I talked between 50 and 54 on those 3 different calls. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of work. And I'm not going to say it here again, but I probably need to commit to it again. But I don't want to throw that out there yet. I got too many other commitments I've made that I have to fulfill first.
You've got a lot on your plate at the moment, which is awesome because you're always taking action and winning by noon. But what I loved about that conversation and what you shared, Todd, is that you're bringing value to them. Right. And you're having a different conversation. That's what helped me in my mortgage business. Is I had created kind of an early version of Zillow and featuring realtors' listings on our website back in 1997 when nobody else was doing that. But having something of value to offer people that is in alignment with what they're looking for and helping them to win more business is what works. So let me show you a quick version of the community page. And so we're creating these community pages for every neighborhood in America. And you see, we're featuring the different professionals that serve that community. We've got a lot more data that we're adding in. This is going to share information. In fact, I'm going to show it to you in just a second about comparable sales, listings, the contact information for the HOAs. And then we're about to turn on, by the end of this quarter, all kinds of information about their community itself. But we also give them info about the individual events that are going on in their neighborhood. Now, this is a page for one of our loan officers, Donnie Strickland. She's up in Las Vegas. And what I love about Donnie is she was in the mortgage business, but she was behind the scenes. She wasn't a loan officer until this year. And she just started really practicing what we teach here. And she shared on our last coaching call that this summer, June to August, she had 77 referrals and 34 applications because she's doing the work and what we're talking about here. Here you see a community profile for a property management company, and you can see the power of somebody that's promoting you with all kinds of other professionals that are promoting you on a regular basis. And what I'm most excited about, I think Todd is too, is what we call our Home Safe Report. Now, Todd mentioned HomeBot. This is similar to HomeBot, except it's not just about you, it's about your whole trusted team of professionals. So here you see it gets featured for you as the mortgage lender or your realtor if they're sending this out to the homeowners in their database. But every homeowner is going to get the valuation every month automatically, set it, forget it, and it's going to show them the value of their property over time. And the beauty of this is not only is David, when he sends out the Home Safe Report to the homeowners in his database, he's not only promoting himself, again, automatically set it and forget it. He's also promoting his referral partners, his realtor, his insurance agent, his financial planner, and then all of the other pros that serve homeowners in that area, handyman, contractor, a dentist, right? Junk removal. And by doing that, everyone is helping everyone else win and get more business together. A couple other things, and then Todd, I'd love you to kind of share about this. We offer the opportunity if somebody's looking to buy or sell, we want to capture those leads for you and have you be able to turn those over to your realtors. But then we also give them info about comparable sales within their area, listings, what's available for sale right now, and then again, the events that are going on. But the main power of this is an automated follow-up campaign every single month to all of the homeowners in your database, and it also simultaneously promotes all of your pros. Todd, anything you want to add here?
I want to add a couple of things I think that are really important. But of course, I love David Zapata, so I got to take his picture so I can send it to him. Love seeing him on there. He's a great guy. I think that you kind of nailed it. It's the whole idea that if not just the 4 people on the top row, but then the 4 people in the next row and the row below that, they're all sending out your information to their database, which is just a huge thing, right? If you have 10 people sending it out to their 100 clients in their database, that's 1,000 people that are seeing your face and seeing you as the mortgage expert. So just think about that for a minute from a powerful perspective. Now, the other part is, let's rewind 2 slides to Donnie. And Brandon mentioned that she just got into business at the beginning of the year. She was a processor before that. And so what I want you to think about is the beginner's mindset, because some of you are like, oh, I don't need this, I'm doing great. Or maybe you're like, I don't need this because that's a lot of work, or whatever it is. But I would encourage you to think differently. Think like a beginner, because Donnie got into business this year, and she had 17 applications over the last 90 days. And I know a lot of people who've been in the business for years and years, 20, 30 years, who don't have 17 applications, but she got into it.
Not to correct you, Todd, 34.
34 applications. Sorry, I was thinking 34 to 17. Oh, so 34 applications. So think about that. Like, that's mind blowing to me, because she did the work, and it's really hard. And I never want to be in your face, but I want to be in your face. We got to do the work right now. And because she didn't know any different, she's used to working 8-hour day, because that's what loan processors do. She's gotten this business. She's working hard, but she's following the system that we've laid out for her through Win by Noon and through HOA.com. And she is crushing it. So I'm super excited for her.
I love it. All right, cool. And you guys are welcome to ask questions. Just put it in chat. We'll make sure that we answer all of those before we end here today. So we've talked about coaching. We've talked about communities. One of the other things I want to talk about is concierge service. This is one of the other ways that you can add value, not only to the homeowners in your database, but also to your realtors, because most of them don't have a concierge service that's helping people when they move. You guys all know that buying a house is one of the top 3 most stressful things that you go through in life. And what our concierge service does is it helps your buyers with everything associated with their move. You're going to help them buy the house. And then what? This is the follow-up service that's totally free for the homeowner. It's part of your HOA.com membership, so there's no extra cost. And what we do for them is we take care of everything. We change their address. We set up their utilities, internet, cable, water, power, everything that they need when they're moving. If they need help with moving and storage, we've got that. And they'll have an assigned concierge member that will help them from start to finish, answer any questions, be available by text, email, phone, or Zoom. And the best part is that it gets customized for you. So when you have a new homeowner that's moving, you literally will send out a link, they'll accept it, and then they'll have a dedicated concierge helping them. And the page gets branded for you, and it's a gift from you. So the concierge service is awesome. Todd, I think this is one of those services that you've been paying for in the past as well, isn't it?
Yeah, between this and HomeBot, I'm paying almost $3,000 a month, and it's just great that I'm getting rid of both of those, like transitioning people over to the Home Safe report, and as we're transitioning people into the concierge. And I love the fact that the concierge was referring out the partners that we've partnered with, which is even better. So it's one more way for me to extend value to them. And it's been just a really huge opportunity. But the real key is you're trying to differentiate yourself. So think about the difference between the calls that someone who has a concierge can have versus the calls that you can have. Awesome. Hey, one of the things that makes us different is we will connect you with our concierge who will help you with all the troubling things that you're going to have to do during your move. You'll make one phone call to them and they will make all the phone calls for you to get all your utilities turned on and even help you with any repairs or other referrals that you need.
Yeah, and you just named it. It's really about adding value to everyone possible and making that focus hyper local social, right? I love to tell the story. Back when I lived in Beaverton, I lived in an area called Murray Hill, and there was this realtor that farmed the area consistently. And you would drive through about these 10 communities in Murray Hill, Beaverton, Oregon, and you would see 2 out of 3 for sale signs would say for sale Brian Belair's. And we used to call this guy the mayor of Murray Hill because he had so many listings. He owned the market. And that's what we want for you and for your referral partners. When you bring it down to the community and you become famous within that community, then everyone wins together. And we provide some done for you community campaigns, by the way. We did a March Madness contest and gave away a trip for 2 to Cancun, Mexico. We do a best dressed home contest at Christmas time. We're about to start the We've Been Booed campaign for Halloween, the Great Egg Hunt for Easter time. And we're passionately patriotic. We're a veteran-owned company. And so we always want to support our veterans. But these are the types of campaigns. And Todd, I think some of the realtors that you've been working with have really had success with some of the community impact campaigns and events, haven't they?
They have, and some of them have followed and used the ones that we've provided for them, and some have created their own. My favorite, or I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, but because I laugh at it because it was a shredding event, which we didn't give them the idea or information on, but it was so impactful for their community because they reached out to the HOA and asked if they could have the event. And the HOA is, well, why are you asking? Of course, we would love you to provide value to our homeowners. And then the HOA went as far to say that no realtor had ever reached out to them, and that maybe as a return of the favor, that they would be happy to do 2 things. One is they would post the flyer to the HOA website for the community. And then number 2, they emailed the flyer to everyone in the neighborhood. Now, what I loved is that flyer, number 1, my team had nothing to do with. We didn't pay for it. We didn't print it. Number 2, our name was on it. And so they actually promoted my team to the whole community. Without any effort from us. But that's the impact you have when you bring so much value by allowing someone to be part of something that's bigger than what they've ever been part of before.
I love that story for a couple reasons. 1, you're impacting the local communities. 2, you've got the HOA actually promoting your different brands, the realtor's brand, your mortgage company. And how often do you get that? Like, how else do you get a community promoting you to every one of their homeowners? And then also, it's an event that gives you a reason to follow up with those agents that you're partnering with. When I was in the mortgage business, I always wanted to have a reason to call. I never wanted to say I'm following up or checking in on you. You always want to call with value for your partners. And these events give you that. So I think that's a huge opportunity to serve. Well, let's transition. So we've been giving you content about ideas. And again, whether you choose to join us at HOA.com and be part of our referral network or not, we hope that you'll take these ideas that we've been sharing with you and implement them into your business, right? Start adding value, build more relationships with more professionals who serve homeowners. Take action, be hyper local. And as you do that, you're going to add value to more people, and more people are going to see you as the captain of the wealth team. Now, to walk you through kind of how the HOA.com membership works, we have different levels of membership, and you can go to HOA.com/LO and you can find out all about it. There's a quick application. There's no cost, no obligation to apply. And if you choose to move forward, you can get started as little as $357 for the entire year. Okay. So it's less than $1 a day. It's super affordable. And you get everything that we've talked about, including you're going to be the exclusive loan officer for one community at the base certified pro level. Now, we have a lot of people that choose to license more than one community, and our most popular package, I would say, then the most effective is when loan officers license 10 communities. But in those communities, you will be the exclusive mortgage expert promoted to those homeowners. Todd, anything you want to add there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, the one community is sort of the temptation, and it gives you the opportunity to make some calls and feel what I said earlier about what I felt when I talked to all those realtors, and they all said yes. And so we originally had committed, we bought 10, and then we've upgraded now to 20. And I easily could fill more than that. We're going to over time. We just started getting all the other folks going. And so just a great opportunity. And, you know, I know that times are tough, and that's why I think there's an opportunity even at the lowest level to get all the other benefits that we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Todd's saying, at that 357 level, that includes the concierge service, the home safe report, and everything. So you get one community as part of that, and it includes those done for you co-marketing campaigns where it's set it and forget it. We do also have a done for you referral partner program. And this is only for the people that are crushing it because this does require a significant investment. But we do have a program where we'll actually call top producing realtors on your behalf, get them interested, get them to say yes, and we'll book them in your calendar. So just know that that's an option for those of you that are interested in really leveraging your time and having more time and having us do a lot of the work. But for most people, you can just become a certified pro or a mortgage expert, whether that's 1, 3, or 10 communities. Get in the game, get started, and you can do that at hoa.com/LO. And that includes the concierge and the coaching. And I think we've already kind of covered that, but just so you know, that's all part of that program. Now, a question that we get a lot, and if you have questions, go ahead and put them in chat. We're almost done here, and then we're going to open it up for questions. But one of the things that we're really working on is we're sort of in pre-launch mode. We're going to launch this nationwide in January, even though we have people that are doing it right now in our pilot phase. So it's working. Everything I'm saying to you right now is in place. And we're working on some national partnerships I'm going to show you in a moment, which is why we're getting ready to do a massive launch. But in addition to the Home Safe Report, we're creating lifetime client campaigns to keep you top of mind with all of your past clients, and working on a community news email and direct mail campaign. In fact, just yesterday, I was on with the former chief marketing officer of Sendout Cards, who's joining our team and going to help us create a direct mail campaign, both for you to stay in touch with your referral partners and also the homeowners that you serve. So super excited about that. Safe Kids Now, we're working with the creators of the Neighborhood Watch program and going to create a safe zone for kids so they know where they can turn if they're being bullied, abused, or God forbid, worse. And we don't really talk about it a lot, but we also have a referral rewards program where you'll earn affiliate commissions as people join the program. It's not network marketing or anything like that, but it is a way that you can recoup your entire investment. Todd, sorry, I'm getting a cough. Anything you want to add?
Well, we have people who have joined the program at the higher levels and have recouped the money that they invested in themselves to be part of it by referring people into the program.
Love it.
So that's definitely been a piece of it. And, you know, what I love here is Matt, if we play the video, which I don't think we're going to, this is him sitting in Mexico while HOA.com is onboarding all of his real estate agents for him. And so that's one of the other cool parts about it, is that once you actually get going, it's not you doing all the work. It's done with you. And so therefore, as you start bringing on these other partners, whether they're the kind of the wealth team folks or the other blue collar folks, the plumbers, the painters, and all of those people, HOA.com will help you onboard those people.
Yeah, we're in it with you because a client for you is a client for us. We want to help you win and create more referral partnerships and really solidify those people that are promoting you to all their homeowners on a regular basis. I love this testimonial because he just said, number one, this program was a no-brainer. It gave him the confidence to cold call new realtors, and people need confidence, right? Loan officers need confidence right now. But he said they're excited and have said, yes, I think, Todd, that was your experience as well. And he said he got 2 leads, I call them referrals, right, from one realtor just the first few days of signing up. When you're adding value, and you've got a reason to reach out and to give something of value to the realtors that you serve and the other pros, that's when you're going to generate more referrals. Now, just real quick, I want to let you know we are an approved vendor with these 9 national mortgage companies. So I know we have some people here from Cross Country, probably Fairway, PRMG. We're already approved with these companies. And what that means is that you can likely use pre-tax dollars so that you're able to write this off and have it be pre-tax spend. Todd, anything you want to add there?
Well, I mean, it's just a great opportunity. Again, if you're with a company that's not on this list, don't worry. We'll work with your compliance department. Based on the fact that it's been approved by all these national folks, then it would likely get approved with yours as well.
Absolutely. And we're happy to do that. And we've got some others that are just not shown here, but happy to support you on that. And I really want to cast the vision and help you understand where we're going. We're on a mission to revolutionize HOAs. This is an industry that needs to be transformed because most people live in an HOA, but most people don't love their HOA. So we're on a mission to transform that. We're actually working right now with Property Management Inc., which is the largest property management franchise. We're working on a collaboration and a partnership so that we can activate those franchisees nationwide. But there's a number of these brands that we've already partnered with and other brands. This is kind of our vision board, and our plan is that we will be partnered with these companies over the years to come. Several of them we've already done partnerships. Like we've got a partnership with Thumbtack. They have over 250,000 pros that are they're integrated into our technology, into our network. Care.com, almost 1 million caregivers. So people that need daycare or pet sitting or somebody to sit with their elderly parent or even home cleaning. We're integrating care.com into our platform as well. So there's a number of those that are already on board and many more to come. And some, like I just talked to the CEO of one of these companies last Wednesday. They have 4.5 million members of their service. He loves what we're doing. And so we're having that follow-up conversation to solidify the partnership. So I just want to help you understand kind of where we're going. And then we're going to wrap up with this and then open it for questions. What happens next is when you go to hoa.com/LO, you're going to fill out that quick application at the top, and then you'll go to a page that shows you the options, and you can join at whatever level feels right to you. We're going to then have a one-on-one onboarding session with you and really support your success. We're going to help you select your communities and then activate your network. And that activation plan is really important because most people haven't formalized their referral partnerships. You know you need to, but you just need a plan. So we've got kind of a blueprint, and we're going to walk you through it step by step and then support your success for years to come. So we're going to open it up for questions. We've got a few minutes left. You can either put those in chat or you can call or text us at 623-253-5700. I'll go ahead. I think Spencer's probably already put that in chat. Yes, he has.
I feel like we need a gym membership affiliation. I'm standing here because I'm standing and I'm going, oh man, it's Mark Wahlberg week at F45. He did this extra exercises. So not just are you normally exercising, you have to do push-ups in between every set of different exercises. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my legs, my back, it's all sore. But it's always fun to be here. And, I stand to bring the energy and also keep myself from getting distracted. But I don't know, that we covered a lot of ground today.
I love that you said that because we say this is kind of like a gym membership. It works when you work it. And that's what we're finding, right? The people that are doing the work are getting the results, just like Donnie Strickland that we mentioned there and others. And so you've got to be out there doing something. and you know that referral partnerships are the place to build. So again, whether you join us or not, take this training and put it into action. And Todd, I know that you're a fan of what's your next action. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it when you're on a call like this, and oftentimes what I found was I would get off, I had great notes, but I didn't actually spend the time to be intentional around what I was going to do next, right? So obviously we're saying your next action should be to reach out to us and see how this is a help. But I would also say your next action is to download the referral blueprint that we had the link up before, because that's just a great opportunity to sit down with referral partners. You know, as I mentioned before, when I was talking to my friend from DC this morning, who said he's going to meet with the realtors, he's meeting a team of 8 realtors who, you know, finally admitted they're kind of stuck. And so that's one of the tools that he has in his tool belt that he can sit down as he's having a conversation with them and say, hey, well, what about all these other things that are on this referral blueprint? What are you doing to activate your network? What are you doing to reach out to your database? And so these are all things that you can do. We're just trying to give you the easy button to make it happen. And, you know, in the end, it's great if we all show up here. It's just not great if we don't actually take some type of action. And it's been my biggest frustration, would be the correct word, is that I just know so many people right now who are back on their heels versus on the balls of their feet moving forward because of the market that we're in. We're fearful of talking to our partners because we know they're not doing well. I mean, I talked to a partner 2 weeks ago of our team, and he was out driving Instacart, and I had to help him from a mindset perspective reframe, because he's like, well, I can't call my clients while I'm getting groceries. And I'm like, well, why can't you call them? I said, worst case, you say, sorry, it's kind of noisy, I'm loading the grocery cart. It's Wednesday. That's like my Saturday for you. You all know I work 7 days a week. And so I'm just doing some grocery shopping today. I didn't say you have to say I'm doing grocery shopping for some guy that lives down the street, right? I'm doing grocery shopping. It's a true statement. It's just not filling in the rest of it. But I respect him for the hustle, right? He's like, I want to stay in this business. I'm going to make it work. And guess what? I reframed it. I gave him that script. Encouraged would be the right word, him to call his database. And so the next day he went armed with a list of who to call, and he made those calls take place. And now he's got 2 clients that are actually in escrow. And so again, when we take action, we get results, and that's what we want you all to do. So we're super grateful that you're here. You're obviously quiet and don't have questions for us, but how should we close out, Brandon?
Well, I think really, you know, Todd, you're such a fan of winning by noon, right? And that's about having a plan and taking action every morning, being intentional about the calls that you're making. And I love your 100K challenge, right? Because it's all about the actions that you take. And the reality is there's going to be people that leave this business. They've already left this business. And what we found the last time we went through this was that the cream rises to the top, right? And this is a season of sowing, right? This is a season of planting seeds, building relationships, adding value, not only to your past clients, like you're talking about, Todd, making those calls, doing an annual mortgage review, but just checking in with them, really seeking to serve and saying, how can I add value to you? There's a lot of people, homeowners that are hurting right now. So if you can help them save money, eliminate their PMI, maybe refinance. On our coaching call, Todd, you mentioned one person you were looking at that has 37 credit cards, right? There's people out there that will benefit even from a refinance in this rate environment. And it's not everybody, but it's some. And it's the action that you take that create those results. And whether that's this month, this quarter, or next year, you got to take the action in order to get the results.
Yeah. Hey, great question, Dan. And thanks for your comment, David. So, you know, I got a lot of friends on this call, so I'm super grateful for you all being here and all being around. And so, yeah, when you sign up for even the starter level, then you get access to that Home Safe report. And currently there is no restriction on the number of clients that you put in there. They have to be clients who've opted in with you, right? We don't want you to download every neighbor that you have in the world and load them in there without their permission. So it's just got to be an opt-in list that you have. But for us, our clients are an opt-in list, and we've slowly but surely been moving them over. And, David, you mentioned HomeBot. I've been super happy with HomeBot. I've done a lot of teaching around their product. I'm just spending a lot of money on it. And I feel like the opportunity to have all these other folks push this out in addition to real estate agents is just such a huge opportunity for me. And that's really why I'm very, very, very excited. And I've been very passionate and worked with the team to really create the product that there is, and it's going to continue to evolve over time with just more feedback from our users as well as feedback from the clients that are using the product.
Absolutely. Let's see. I see a couple other questions. Mara says, is this call recorded? It is. We're happy to share that with you. We'll have Spencer send out a follow-up email to everybody that was on. We're also going to send you a recording of the coaching call that we just did. That wasn't presentation style. It was just interactive Q&A, and mostly Todd sharing his brilliance beyond even the topics that we talked about today. So we'll make sure and get that out. And Jeff Nunley, you should get that at hoa.com/blueprint. You should be able to access that. You'll opt in and download that free PDF. There you go. And Spencer just got you that info as well.
Yeah, Jeff, I think it's such an easy thing to use in your business. Like, I mean, literally, you could pick up the phone and right now just call a realtor and say, hey, I just got this cool new referral blueprint. You know, can we set up a time to sit down and go through it? Because I think there's an opportunity for you and your business.
Yeah, and what I love best about the Referral Partner Blueprint is there's one page that has the top 21 co-marketing campaigns, where literally you can print that PDF page and you can take it with any conversation with a potential referral partner, and you just discuss the different ways that you're going to cross promote each other. You know, I'm going to be on the lookout for referring you business. Hey, I'll do a rating and review for you either on Google, on LinkedIn, whatever the case may be. There's 21 different campaigns and almost all of them are totally free. But that page gives you a map that you can sit down with somebody and create a plan of action. And it's all about action. So again, whether you join us or not, we want you to take action because we want to see you be successful. So thank you for joining us today, guys. I hope you go take action and win by noon every single day.
Thanks, y'all. Good seeing you. If you have any questions, just holler.
Thanks, guys. Take care, guys.
Take care.